Under the cloak of a shadowy night, a group of masked figures, led by a determined-looking man with gravity-defying hair, stealthily moves through the darkness. An ambush is clearly in the works. Moments later, a resounding crack echoes through the forest as one of the masked figures' feet snaps a tree branch, showcasing their swift and agile traversal. Parkour skills on full display. With impressive agility, the masked figures continue their silent, fluid movements through the trees, leaping and bounding with practiced ease. Are they assassins, or an exceptionally coordinated boy band practicing their choreography? The mystery remains. In a dimly lit clearing, two of the figures pause, their attention drawn to a small glowing object wrapped in cloth near a crackling fire. A mysterious glowing package. What secrets does it hold? One of the figures, a man with a sharp gaze and a sinister smirk, brandishes a knife, his eyes glinting with malicious intent. He's about to strike, hopefully not the mysterious package. Without hesitation, the knife-wielding man lunges forward, delivering a swift and decisive attack. Someone's about to be the unfortunate recipient of a sharp blade. However, the wrapped glowing object remains untouched on the ground. A missed strike, or perhaps a testament to exceptionally bad aim. Consequently, the attacker looks down in utter confusion, a large question mark practically hovering above his head. Did I miss? He muses. I swear I aimed for the glowing thing. Suddenly, the attacker's head snaps up, his eyes widening in surprise as a voice cuts through the night. A plot twist unfolds. Perched high on a tree branch, a lone figure emerges, their cloak billowing dramatically in the night breeze. This is the true ambusher, the one who has been watching. Zooming in on the mysterious figure, we see piercing eyes and a stoic expression, their face partially concealed by a scarf. The intrigue intensifies. The cloaked figure speaks, their voice calm yet menacing, suggesting they are unfazed by being outnumbered. You chose the wrong place, their unspoken words convey. Seizing a nearby tree branch, a mischievous glint sparks in their eyes. Improvised weaponry, a classic tactic for any seasoned fighter. With practiced skill, the figure expertly notches the tree branch to their makeshift bow, preparing for their counter-offensive. The stage is set for a showdown. Meanwhile, the ambushers react with a mixture of surprise and nervous laughter as they realize their initial assessment was incorrect. Who brings a knife to a stick fight? Immediately, one of the ambushers is struck by a projectile, their eyes wide with shock and pain. A bullseye with a stick no less. Due to the impact, the injured ambusher falls from the trees, groaning in agony, gravity proving once again to be an unrelenting force. Watching in horror, the remaining ambushers' faces are etched with fear. I told you we should have brought snacks, one of them mutters under their breath. Showing no mercy, the cloaked figure swiftly eliminates another ambusher, silently counting their kills. Another one bites the dust. In rapid succession, another ambusher falls, struck by another perfectly aimed projectile. Two down, this archer's precision is terrifying. The face of the last remaining ambusher contorts in a mixture of fear and desperation. Time to consider calling for backup, assuming any is left. Relentlessly, the cloaked figure continues their assault, taking down more ambushers with ruthless efficiency. The death toll rises with each passing moment. Finally, the last ambusher begs for mercy, their hands raised in a gesture of surrender. Too little, too late. In response, the cloaked figure delivers a final, chilling warning. Their bow charged with energy. Don't mess with the glowing burrito, is the unspoken message. With a final swift strike, the last ambusher is dispatched, their body sent flying through the air. Cleanup is required. A close-up of the final ambusher's face shows the sheer terror before impact. Well, things escalated quickly. Standing alone in the clearing, their task complete, the cloaked figure brushes off their cloak with a sense of satisfaction. And that's how it's done, they mutter to themselves. Turning to leave, the cloaked figure addresses someone named Darian. A secret rendezvous? Leaping gracefully through the trees, the cloaked figure comments on the underwhelming excitement of the human world. Demon Realm Netflix is apparently superior. With a dramatic superhero landing, the cloaked figure reveals long dark hair and piercing eyes. Nailed the landing. Meanwhile, in a different location, a figure sits at a table, engaging in a discussion regarding the Demon King's traces. Exposition time. Continuing the discussion, the figures address the issue of a land corrupted by demonic energy. Real estate problems in the demon realm are apparently a thing. With an evil grin, a man proposes a solution for dealing with troublesome individuals. This definitely sounds ominous. Subsequently, the figures discuss a plan to eliminate certain people. The demon realm HR department is clearly not known for its sensitivity. In a heartbreaking turn of events, someone pleads to be taken instead of their child. A parent's sacrifice. As a result, a person is held back while someone speaks of a seed of darkness sprouting within a child. This sounds dangerous. A swaddled baby is held aloft. Could this be the child with the seed of darkness? Gathered around the glowing object, figures in ceremonial garb perform a ritual. Demon realm magic in action. With focused intensity, the figures continue the ritual. the stakes are high. Amidst the ritual, a woman cries out, her distress palpable. Heart-wrenching indeed. Shifting our focus, a dark forest called Root is described as a place of exile, where survival is next to impossible. A vacation destination it is not. Further emphasizing the dangers, a skull lies amongst other remains in the forest, a stark reminder of the deadly nature of Root. The forest's curb appeal is clearly lacking. During the ritual, divine magic is employed. Sparkle, sparkle. Bathed in light, the swaddled baby glows. The text reveals that surviving Root means having one's sins forgiven. A demonic get-out-of-jail-free card. Despite the ritual, the baby born with the seed of darkness is considered a walking sin, a tough start in life. Therefore, the baby is abandoned in the demonic realm's treacherous Root forest. Tough love in the extreme. The baby remains abandoned in the forest. Are they gone yet? The infant likely wonders. Within the baby's heart, a seed begins to grow, a literal seed of darkness. Bursting forth from the seed, energy surges, enveloping the child. Power-up sequence initiated. 10 days later, against all odds, the child survives, a tenacious little survivor. Approaching the child, a large spotted feline with glowing eyes emerges. Oh, dinner time. Suddenly the feline roars, its intentions unclear. Aggression? Surprise? Perhaps it just stubbed its toe. Looking up from the child, the feline contemplates its next move. Dinner or admiration? On this day, the child's fate hangs in the balance. Destiny is unpredictable. 10 years later, the forest flourishes with lush greenery. Time flies when you're surviving in a demon realm forest. A small figure is seen chasing a rabbit through the forest. Dinner time, for the human this time. The small figure, revealed to be a young boy, persists in his chase, determined to secure his meal. Run, rabbit, run. With a mighty leap, the boy attempts to capture the rabbit. So close. Success. The boy successfully catches the rabbit. Time for a celebratory dance? Observing from a distance, a snow leopard watches the boy's triumphant return. Not bad, kid, the leopard thinks approvingly. Slowly approaching, the snow leopard prepares to interact with the boy. A mentorship moment in the making. The snow leopard, introduced as Alaga, asks the boy Helmet about his hunting progress. A conversation begins. Showing Helmet a core, Alaga explains its significance. Demonic Biology Lesson Number 1. Alaga further explains the benefits of consuming a core. Demonic Nutrition 101. Showing his gratitude, Helmet offers the core from his kill to Alaga. Sharing is caring, even in the demon realm. However, Alaga swipes the core away from Helmet. Rude. Lying on the ground, Helmet demands the core back. Gimme. Alaga reveals that consuming the core would transform Helmet into a demonic beast. Forbidden snack. Furthermore, Alaga explains that becoming a demonic beast would trap Helmet in the forest forever. Real estate concerns revisited. Helmet ponders Alaga's words, contemplating the implications of eternal confinement. Forever is a long time, he thinks. Despite the risks, Helmet suggests consuming the core to gain strength. Desperate times, desperate measures. Helmet reveals his current weakness, highlighting his inability to leave Alaga's territory. Safety first for now. Surprisingly, Alaga allows Helmet to leave. Freedom, well, sort of. Helmet reacts with surprise to Alaga's unexpected permission. Did he hear that correctly? Alaga reiterates her permission, allowing Helmet to depart the forest. Wait, what? Intrigued, Helmet questions how Alaga knows he can leave. The plot thickens. Helmet explains his long-held belief that no one can escape the forest. Assumptions can be dangerous. Pressing further, Helmet asks who informed Alaga about the possibility of escape, demanding answers. While awaiting an answer, Helmet continues to eat his rabbit, multitasking at its finest. To Helmet's astonishment, Alaga reveals that a human provided the information. A human en route? Impossible. Helmet reacts with shock at the revelation. A human here? Alaga questions Helmet's sudden interest in this human. Don't even think about it, she warns. Assuming the worst, Alaga believes the human is deceased. Rip, random human. Despite Alaga's assumption, Helmet considers the possibility of the human's survival. Hope remains. Alaga describes the human as old and incredibly strong. A seasoned demon realm survivor. The beast explains her inability to sense the seed of darkness in the human. More demonic lore unfolds. Alaga estimates the human's current age, 90 years old, remarkable. Curious, Helmet questions Alaga about the typical human lifespan. A simple question with potentially big implications. Suspecting Helmet's true motives, Alaga accuses him of desiring to leave. Ingrate, she hisses under her breath. Reluctantly, Alaga reveals the location where she encountered the human, giving in to the persistent boy. However, Alaga believes the human might no longer be at that location. Fingers crossed, undeterred, Helmet insists on going, determined to find the human, stubborn and determined. With renewed purpose, Helmet runs towards the location Alaga provided. Adventure awaits. Watching Helmet depart, Alaga harbors concerns for his safety. Tough love is still love. In a show of tough love, Alaga tells Helmet she doesn't care if he dies. harsh, yet secretly she might care. To Helmet's surprise, he realizes another human exists in the forest. He's not alone. Helmet runs towards the other human, a sense of companionship washing over him. Wait for me. Helmet's initial excitement fades into an existential crisis as he reflects on his continued solitude. Alone again. Lying on the ground, Helmet confronts his isolation, feeling utterly alone. Again. Unexpectedly, Darien appears, surprised to find a human living within the forest. Alaga was wrong. Darien absorbs the unexpected information, processing the implications. I see, he mutters. Approaching Helmet, Darien initiates a human-to-human interaction. Curiously, Darien asks Helmet the purpose of his visit. Are you my long-lost brother? Helmet silently hopes. Helmet reveals he's not there simply to meet a human, implying his visit has a deeper purpose. I'm special, he boasts internally. Intrigued, Darien senses there's more to Helmet's visit than meets the eye. The puzzle deepens. Directly expressing his intention, Helmet reveals his desire to leave the forest. Take me with you. Pleading for assistance, Helmet begs Darien to help him escape. Pretty please. Before proceeding, Darien requests Helmet's name. Introductions are essential. Helmet readily provides his name. It's Helmet, nice to meet you, old and strong human. Darien confirms Helmet's desire to escape. So you want out, huh? Helmet reveals Alaga as the source of his knowledge regarding escape. The secret is out. Questioning Helmet's motivation, Darien wonders why he wishes to leave. It's not so bad here, he suggests. Curious about the outside world, Helmet inquires about human society. Longing for human civilization. Darien describes the nature of humans, painting a less than flattering picture. They sound awful. In an attempt to understand Helmet's background, Darien asks if he was born in the forest. Time for some backstory. Helmet reveals he was abandoned in the forest shortly after birth. An abandoned baby. Correctly deducing Helmet's situation, Darien surmises he carries the seed of darkness. Called it. Based on this, Darien deduces Helmet's noble lineage. Highborn. Intrigued, Helmet questions the meaning of being a noble. What's that? Is it edible? Dismissing the significance of lineage, Darien reveals a debt he owes Alaga. Favor exchanges in the demon realm. Emphasizing the importance of what he's about to say, Darien instructs Helmet to listen carefully. Serious talk ahead. Darien reveals the reason for Helmet's abandonment, attributing it to the seed of darkness. The harsh truth. Darien warns Helmet about the dangers associated with the seed of darkness. A permanent target. Despite the dire warnings, Darien asks if Helmet still wishes to leave. A last chance to reconsider. Unwavering in his resolve, Helmet remains determined to escape. Escape or bust. Moved by Helmet's determination, Darien agrees to help him. Alright kid, let's do this. Surprised by Darien's unexpected willingness, Helmet expresses his astonishment. Whoa, what are you doing? Taking action, Darien grabs Helmet. I'm helping you kid, relax. Responding with a curse, Helmet resists Darien's sudden action. Not so fast, old man. Observing Helmet's fiery temper, Darien comments on his impulsiveness. A feisty child. Darien reveals the requirement for Helmet to become human before entering the human world. Makeover time. The man decides to transform Helmet into a human. Let's get this show on the road. The man explains the steps Helmet must take to accomplish his goal. Training montage incoming. Helmet wonders who he needs to see to complete his transformation. A mysterious mentor. Our boy ponders how to get stronger, possibly considering his diet. Do I need to eat more rabbits? Carrying Helmet, Darien returns to his cabin. Just do what I say, kid. Helmet throws a tantrum expressing his frustration. Why do I have to do this? Darien explains the daily routines of human life. Chores and cleanliness. Helmet questions Darien's living conditions, finding them subpar. It's way too dirty here. Darien offers Helmet a choice, stay in the forest or clean up. Suit yourself, kid. Defeated, Helmet agrees to clean. Fine, I'll clean. Inspecting his bed, Helmet questions its nature. Is this a human nest? Testing the bed, Helmet finds it surprisingly comfortable. Whoa, comfy. Tired from his travels, Helmet asks for a rest. Lazybones. Dismissing his request, Darien tells Helmet to get up. No rest for the wicked. Providing Helmet with clothing, Darien instructs him to change into this. Helmet complains about the discomfort of the clothes. This is tight and uncomfortable. The hero pauses, lost in thought. What am I forgetting? Once again outside, Darien and Helmet continue their journey. Why did we come back outside? Darien explains how to handle various foods and make inedible things edible. Demonic culinary arts. Helmet is confused by Darien's instructions. Make them edible. Darien elaborates on cores and demonic energy. Demonic biology lesson number 2. Explaining the purifying properties of water, Darien highlights its importance. Hydration is key. Offering Helmet a purified root organism, Darien suggests he eat it. Have a bite. Helmet consumes the purified root organism. Even plants are edible. Fascinating. Telling Helmet to head back, Darien suggests they rest. It's been a long day. Recognizing his need for more knowledge, Helmet contemplates obtaining human understanding. But how do I get it? While fetching water, Helmet questions its connection to human knowledge. Is this some kind of weird human ritual? Overwhelmed by the chores, Helmet expresses his frustration. Isn't he tormenting me a bit too much? Accidentally, Helmet spills water on Alaga. Whoa, Alaga? Alaga questions Helmet's actions. Trying to be funny? She asks, unimpressed. Helmet explains that he's training under Darian's orders, following instructions. Alaga expresses concern about Helmet's intentions once he's stronger. Are you gonna leave the forest? Helmet confirms his intention to go to the human world. It's my destiny. Alaga asks if Helmet expects a better life in the human world. Don't you want to stay with me forever? Helmet admits uncertainty about the future, yet acknowledges stagnation if he stays. Time for a change. Helmet bids Alaga farewell. I'm off, see you later. Alaga watches Helmet depart, a mix of emotions in her eyes. Sad leopard noises. The beast is lost in thought. Will he be okay? Alaga hopes for Helmet's happiness and success. Secretly cares, confirmed. Water splashes from a bucket, indicating continuing chores. More work to do. Gasping for air, Helmet struggles through his training, exhausted but determined. Darian corrects Helmet's posture. Form is key. Complaining of fatigue, Helmet expresses his weariness. Ugh, Darian, I'm tired. Pushing through his exhaustion, Helmet continues his training. I'll leave this forest even if it kills me. Darian observes Helmet's progress with satisfaction. He's holding on pretty well. Acknowledging Helmet's resilience, Darian considers his progress worthwhile. It's worth teaching him. As the sun sets, a new day dawns, a new chapter begins. A pumped-up guy, our hero Helmet, practically exhausted from grueling training, falls into the arms of his teacher. In the blink of an eye, a large, grizzled man with long white hair gently lays Helmet down. The main character, still shirtless, looks completely exhausted. Moments later, Helmet and the old man Darian share a peaceful meal by a fire near a wooden fence. It's a heartwarming scene, despite the persistent question of why Helmet remains shirtless. During their meal, Darian encourages Helmet to use a spoon, observing the child's intense hunger with amusement. It's the civilized way to eat stew, after all. However, Helmet, ignoring Darian's suggestion, embraces his primal instincts, shoveling handfuls of stew into his mouth with tremendous speed. Table manners are clearly overrated. Witnessing this, Darian wryly questions if Helmet even knows what soup is, likely rethinking his decision to take in the boisterous child. Mid-chew and covered in stew, Helmet tilts his head in confusion at a sound, perhaps wondering about the whereabouts of his next bowl. Turning away from the adorable mess that is Helmet, Darian tells him to listen, likely about to impart some wisdom while the child continues to devour the meal. Darian explains that Helmet came to him to leave the forest and become stronger, thus embarking on an adventure. Furthermore, Darian continues his pep talk, highlighting Helmet's weak human limitations, all while the boy continues his meal, multitasking with impressive dedication. Striking a heroic pose with a wooden sword, Darian declares his intent to teach Helmet the way of the sword, beginning their mentorship. With a determined glint in his eye, Darian promises to show Helmet what a sword truly is, foreshadowing epic training montages. To demonstrate, Darian effortlessly wields the wooden sword, making it look easy, in contrast to the anticipated struggles of his student. Darian strikes a rock with the wooden sword, seemingly with little effect, but the calm before the storm. Helmet watches intently, his eyes wide with anticipation, perhaps expecting something more dramatic than a slightly chipped rock. With a swoosh and fancy sound effects, Darian swings his sword again, showcasing his skill. His face shadowed, Darian prepares for a powerful strike, the intensity palpable. Unleashing a devastating attack, streaks of light visually represent the force of his swing, almost like a lightsaber. The impact sends shockwaves and debris flying, a spectacle that serves as a powerful lesson for Helmet. Helmet reacts in shock and awe as lightning erupts from Darian's wooden sword, a display defying expectations. Shrouded in shadows and wielding his glowing sword, Darian looks incredibly badass, far from your average grandpa. Darian unleashes another powerful swing, the force distorting the air, suggesting unbelievable strength. The ground cracks under the attack, creating a dramatic fissure, a clear display of power. Helmet observes the aftermath, standing amidst the destruction, his earlier confidence shaken. Our hero processes the mind-blowing event, his face contorted in awe and fear, overwhelmed by the experience. Darian stands calmly by the now divided rock, contrasting with Helmet's disbelief. Darian explains that this impressive feat is simply how humans survive, highlighting the importance of skill over magic. Still reeling from the demonstration, Helmet questions what he just witnessed, perhaps suspecting Darian's stew was spiked. Darian introduces Vis, an invisible source of human power, his sword glowing, similar to the Force but without midichlorians. Helmet contemplates the seed of darkness within him and its relation to Vis, engaging in philosophical thought while remaining shirtless. Our boy's eyes light up as he connects Vis to the power he felt from Darien and Alaga, excited to unleash his inner badass. However, Helmet's enthusiasm is abruptly cut short, as Darien knocks him down, demonstrating the importance of preparation. The man stresses the importance of understanding the sword over mastering Vis, emphasizing patience and a foundational approach. Darien's gaze intense, he prepares to explain further, setting the stage for a longer lecture. The guru warns that the path to swordsmanship will be difficult, distressing and painful, a realistic assessment of the training. Gripping his wooden sword, Darien emphasizes dedication, highlighting the principle of no pain, no gain. Then Darien assures Helmet that the sword will reward his efforts, depicting a symbiotic relationship between the student and his tool. Helmet grasps the sword, accepting the challenge, demonstrating his commitment. Now with a determined smile, Helmet firmly holds the wooden sword, ready to begin his journey towards mastery. The training begins, and Helmet is already struggling, showcasing the difficulty ahead. Darien questions Helmet's rebellious attitude and lack of respect during training, highlighting a clash of personalities. Helmet insists on his correctness despite his strained expression revealing the opposite. He's simply trying his best. Unimpressed, Darien asks Helmet what the problem is, offering tough but necessary critique. Darien calls Helmet a brat, criticizing his focus on proper form over true understanding. Helmet demands an explanation, illustrating a crucial need for communication between mentor and student. Darien remarks on Helmet's strange behavior and rapid growth, noting his fast learning curve but frustration. Helmet observes Darien's unconventional methods, which are surprisingly effective and showcase his extraordinary talent. The effects of the Seed of Darkness on humans are explained, revealing the source of Helmet's hidden power. Darien notes Helmet's difference from others affected by the Seed of Darkness, highlighting his rationality and tenacity. Intrigued by Helmet's potential, Darien decides to teach him, seeing something special in the young warrior. Darien begins Helmet's sword training in earnest, promising intense and rigorous sessions. Helmet cries out in pain as Darien corrects his form with a swift strike, emphasizing the physical toll of training. Darien observes Helmet's weakened form, highlighting the physical demand of this training. Helmet questions Darien's double tap technique, showcasing his inquisitive nature. Darien tests Helmet's observation skills by asking about the difference between the two strikes. Helmet admits he doesn't understand, indicating the need for further training. Exasperated, Darien subtly threatens to skip dinner, using food as a strong motivator. The threat of missed food spurs Helmet to have a breakthrough, emphasizing hunger as a teacher. Helmet analyzes Darien's movements, demonstrating his growing understanding. Using featureless figures, Darien emphasizes the importance of internal understanding over mere imitation. Darien explains the importance of muscle control, tremors, speed, and the mind-sword connection, expanding upon the complexities of swordsmanship. Mentor reiterates the need for complete control over all aspects of swordsmanship, stressing the holistic approach. Darien advises Helmet on the importance of devoting heart and soul to each movement, underscoring passion and dedication. Helmet contemplates Darien's words, looking towards the sky with newfound understanding. Darien criticizes Helmet's meaningless swings, comparing him to a woodcutter rather than a swordsman. Helmet continues his training, showing his persistence despite the criticism. Darien, observing Helmet's progress, seems pleased, showcasing his subtle approval. Helmet takes a break, reflecting on Darien's advice, emphasizing the importance of rest and reflection. Helmet encounters Alaga, a snow leopard, and greets her warmly, highlighting their existing bond. Alaga, with piercing blue eyes, observes Helmet inquisitively, perhaps wondering about his continued shirtlessness. Alaga comments on Helmet's rapid growth, acknowledging his development. However, Alaga downplays Helmet's growth, using the analogy of an acorn becoming a chestnut, maintaining a critical eye. Helmet remembers Darien mentioning his debt to Alaga, prompting further investigation. Helmet asks Alaga about her aversion to living with others, learning more about her personality. Alaga declares herself the owner of the central forest areas, and her willingness to fight intruders. Alaga clarifies her cautious nature, not aggression, recalling a previous encounter, providing context to her actions. Helmet recalls the two-headed snake, Naho, and his attack on Darien, establishing a history of conflict. Helmet inquires about a potential fight between Alaga and Darien, seeking to understand the power dynamics. Alaga admits uncertainty, even powerful beings have doubts. Alaga explains the easy discernment of demonic beasts' strength, but the difficulty of judging humans, highlighting their cunning nature. Helmet processes Alaga's explanation, demonstrating his growing awareness of the complexities of the world. Helmet strategically questions Alaga about a fight against Naho, using her own words against her. Alaga reiterates her uncertainty, leaving the question unanswered for now. Helmet seeks more backstory by asking about Naho's hatred towards Darien. Alaga reveals Darien's destruction of Naho's creation, revealing a key element of their conflict. Leopard's serious expression indicates a more significant revelation, building suspense. Helmet's curiosity is piqued, leading him to ask for more details. Helmet's curiosity prompts him to ask for an explanation, increasing the tension. Alaga agrees to reveal her secret, promising a shocking revelation. The beast leaps into the air, ready to show Helmet something important, creating a dynamic scene. Alaga takes Helmet with her, increasing the sense of adventure. Helmet, clinging to Alaga, reacts in surprise, highlighting the unexpected nature of the journey. Alaga flies over the forest, building suspense before the revelation. Panels depict a human farm, revealing the shocking source of conflict between Naho and Darien. Alaga and Helmet approach the human farm, setting a dark and disturbing tone. They observe the farm from a distance, establishing the scale of the horrifying operation. Two enslaved men carry heavy loads, setting the bleak atmosphere. Helmet is horrified by the true nature of the farm, highlighting his innocence and the impact of this discovery. A slave collapses, emphasizing the brutal conditions of the farm. An overseer berates the fallen slave, emphasizing the cruelty of the farm's overseers. An overseer brutally attacks the fallen slave, showcasing the violence of the situation. Helmet and Alaga witness the brutality, prompting questions about the situation. The overseer forces the female slaves inside, highlighting their vulnerability. Helmet observes the mistreatment of the slaves, noting the systematic nature of the abuse. A female slave shows distress, adding to the grim atmosphere. Helmet is confused as the female slaves enter a hut, sensing something ominous. Alaga reveals the horrifying truth: the female slaves are food for Naho. White Leopard explains Naho's preference and the reasoning behind keeping them alive, a chilling explanation. Alaga further explains Naho's method, showcasing his monstrous cruelty. A visual representation of the farm's cycle, showcasing the horrifying routine. The purpose of the male slaves is revealed, maintaining the farm for Naho, emphasizing the endless cycle of servitude. Helmet understands the farm's purpose and questions its management, showing his growing awareness. Alaga introduces Erugo, the human leader of the slave farm, a shocking reveal. Erugo arrives, questioning the commotion, and a slave is tied up, foreshadowing trouble. The man inquires about the sacrifices, highlighting the ritualistic nature of the farm. Then he looks towards the female slaves, preparing for the ritual, building suspense. Suddenly, Erugo notices a specific female slave, indicating a potentially devastating choice. He offers a prolonged life to the chosen slave, showcasing his twisted sense of mercy. The female slaves scream in terror, increasing the sense of dread. Helmet witnesses the ritual, questioning the leader's identity and the depravity of the situation. Alaga explains Erugo's role and Helmet's lucky escape, highlighting his fortunate position. Erugo grabs the chosen slave, preparing for the sacrifice, increasing the tension. Helmet realizes Alaga spared him from a similar fate, highlighting his gratitude. Our hero asks Alaga about her kindness, prompting her to reveal her reasons. Alaga reveals her dislike for Naho's growing livestock, explaining her seemingly altruistic action. Helmet considers Alaga's explanation, highlighting the strange logic of her actions. Alaga coughs awkwardly, realizing she's revealed too much, displaying her awkwardness. White Leopard carries Helmet, deciding to leave the farm, changing the scene. After that, Alaga senses something, pausing, foreshadowing impending danger. Naho, the two-headed snake, appears, immediately raising the tension. Naho confronts Alaga and Helmet, creating a tense standoff. Alaga bravely faces Naho, ready to protect Helmet, highlighting her protective nature. Naho questions Alaga's presence, adding to the conflict. Naho notices Helmet, recognizing Darien's scent. Alaga quickly lies to protect Helmet, showcasing her quick thinking. Naho questions Helmet's relationship to Darien, highlighting his suspicion. Alaga protects Helmet from Naho's attack, emphasizing her fierce protectiveness. The leopard confronts Naho, challenging his intrusion, highlighting her dominance. Alaga claims to be a peace lover while preparing for a fight, highlighting the contrast between words and actions. Naho suspects a connection between Helmet and Darien, increasing the tension. Naho recalls Darien's destruction of his farm, increasing his anger. Alaga assures Naho that Helmet is unrelated to Darien, attempting to de-escalate. Naho threatens Helmet, showcasing his power and anger. Alaga fiercely protects Helmet, showcasing her fierce protectiveness. Naho backs down, realizing Alaga's power. Mr. Snake orders them to leave, changing the dynamic. Naho complains about the fur, highlighting his strange priorities. Alaga and Helmet leave, escaping the confrontation. Helmet collapses, highlighting his vulnerability. The beast warns Helmet about traveling alone, emphasizing the forest's dangers. Alaga advises Helmet to stick with Darien, offering a solution. Helmet accepts Alaga's advice, highlighting his prudence. Alaga questions Helmet's sullen expression, noting his internal state. Alaga notices Helmet's serious demeanor, showcasing his emotional growth. Helmet expresses his ambition to become as strong as Alaga and Darien. Alaga questions Helmet's potential, highlighting her skepticism. Helmet asks about the difficulty of reaching that level of strength, demonstrating his determination. Alaga acknowledges Darien's immense strength, setting a high bar. Alaga describes Darien's strength as beyond ordinary humans, emphasizing the challenge. Helmet contemplates the immense effort needed, recognizing the enormity of the tasks. Alaga confirms the difficulty, but emphasizes that Helmet's actions will decide his success. Helmet clenches his fist, determined to become stronger, highlighting his resolve. Alaga encourages Helmet to strive for strength to leave the forest, highlighting the connection between power and freedom. Alaga and Helmet share a meaningful look, solidifying their bond and shared purpose. The white leopard senses Darien's approach, transitioning the scene. Alaga bids farewell to Helmet, ending their brief reunion. Darien gathers materials, preparing to continue Helmet's training, ending the chapter on training. A rugged, silver-haired man, Darien, ponders the unusual friendship between a young boy and a leopard, questioning the leopard's influence. He suspects the boy, a wilderness enthusiast, might be in for a wild ride. Moments later, a young boy, Helmet, approaches Darien, who stands nearby carrying a bundle that looks suspiciously like hay or fur. The setting sun paints the scene with the hues of a day's end. As the sun dips below the horizon, Darien, still shouldering the mysterious bundle, suggests they head home. However, a closer look reveals a disturbing detail. The bundle seems to be moving. Walking alongside Darien, Helmet appears contemplative, even a little sad. His quiet demeanor begs the question, what troubles weigh on the young boy's mind? Darien walks away, seemingly oblivious to the watchful gaze following him and Helmet. Shifting our focus, we see a magnificent snow leopard lurking among the trees, its presence a silent mystery. The snow leopard continues its silent observation of Darien and Helmet as they walk away. Is this magnificent creature a friend, a foe, or merely a curious onlooker? Zooming in on the majestic snow leopard, we see piercing blue eyes and a determined expression. The leopard's thoughts reveal a protective intent towards Helmet, adding another layer to the enigma. Helmet's gaze is focused and intense, suggesting an inner turmoil. Is he aware of the leopard's watchful presence, or is something else stirring within him? From a distance, the snow leopard continues to follow Darien and Helmet, maintaining a discreet yet vigilant watch. It's the ultimate bodyguard, silently guarding its charge. Later that evening, Helmet clutches his stomach, groaning in pain. It seems that peaceful forest walk didn't quite end with hot cocoa and marshmallows, as initially expected. Now in bed, Helmet writhes in agony from intense stomach pain. His dramatic and hilariously over-the-top internal monologue reveals his fear of imminent demise. Darien, ever the stoic caregiver, offers Helmet a handful of herbs, instructing him to consume them before bed. This act of herbal remedy is either a heartwarming gesture or the prelude to a very bad trip. A close-up reveals the intricate details of the herbs. Their appearance, however, is suspiciously similar to plants often accompanied by a do not touch sign. The truth is revealed. Darien confesses that the herbs are poisonous. Thus, our heartwarming herbal remedy theory is spectacularly debunked. Helmet recoils in shock upon hearing the herbs are poisonous, but Darien, unmoved by his student's apprehension, insists he eat them to suppress a seed of darkness, demanding compliance without complaint. Having ingested the herbs, Helmet immediately experiences the effects of the poison. He clutches his stomach, realizing that Darien wasn't exaggerating about the poisonous part. The intensity of the pain from the herbs leads to Helmet questioning Darien's lack of prior warning about the severity of the side effects. Clearly, it may be poison but it won't hurt that bad, were his famous last words. As the pain intensifies, Helmet's arm tenses and he groans in agony. Someone needs to get this suffering boy some milk of magnesia, stat. Overwhelmed by agony, Helmet cries out, demanding to know what exactly Darien is feeding him. I'm starting to think Darien's medical license might have expired centuries ago. Alone on a cliff, Darien gazes at the moonlit sky, lost in contemplation. He's likely reflecting on his questionable life choices, such as regularly feeding a child poison. Lost in thought, Darien estimates the passage of time, approximately 4 years. Time certainly flies when you're busy dispensing toxic flora to your young charge. 4 years later, Helmut, noticeably older and more muscular, practices his swordsmanship with impressive speed and force. It seems the poison didn't kill him, it merely enhanced his physical prowess. Helmut continues his rigorous training, striking a tree with his sword. He's clearly putting his entire being into the exercise. With powerful blows, Helmut splinters the wood of the tree. The tree, in contrast to Helmut's growing strength, never stood a chance. Darien observes Helmut's training, his presence only subtly hinted at by the visible portion of his boot. The master, acting as a silent guardian, watches from the shadows, like a forest ninja with questionable parenting skills. The man watches Helmut's progress with sharp focus. His intense gaze suggests a thought: is he strong enough for more poison yet? Darien comments on Helmut's growing enjoyment of swordsmanship. This remark is either a genuine compliment or a subtle foreshadowing of another grueling training montage. Helmut acknowledges feeling lighter and having clearer vision, suspecting the improvement is due to the poisonous herbs. Side effects may include superhuman abilities and an inexplicable craving for dirt. Our hero inquires about the cause of his improved physical state, leading Darien to suggest it might be the demonic soil Helmut has been consuming. Now we're adding demonic soil to the already potent mix of poison. Helmut reports the complete absence of pain, describing the feeling as refreshingly pleasant. It seems demonically enhanced is the new wellness trend. Darien confirms that it's time for the next stage of training, likely connected to Helmut's consumption of the demonic soil. This development does not bode well. The man calls out to Helmut, signaling the commencement of a new, likely harrowing phase of training. Buckle up, Helmut, because things are about to get intense. Darien questions Helmut about a previous conversation regarding Vis, immediately establishing a sense of ominous foreboding. The mentor explains Vis, an invisible power with limitless accumulation potential. However, there's a catch, a detail that's about to be revealed. The reason for the delayed Vis training is revealed. Helmut's body wasn't previously ready for it. Now, however, he has apparently reached the necessary level. Prepare for power-ups. Darien declares Helmut's body is finally prepared to harness Vis, and the ominous training is about to begin. Helmut listens attentively as Darien prepares to reveal the Vis training method. Prepare for a likely extensive exposition dump. Darien, holding a wooden sword, prepares to demonstrate the Vis technique. It's show-and-tell manhwa style. Darien demonstrates Vis by channeling energy, causing the wooden sword to glow intensely. Now that's what I call a lightsaber. Helmut observes Darien's demonstration, struggling to replicate the technique. Making a wooden sword glow isn't as easy as it looks. Darien instructs Helmut to absorb energy from the atmosphere, emphasizing the importance of controlling this freely flowing energy. Easier said than done, of course. Darien continues his explanation of Vis, emphasizing the importance of channeling this energy through sword swings. This is starting to sound like a fantasy martial arts manual. Helmut now understands the principle of controlling Vis, but the real test is whether he can actually put it into practice. Sword in hand, Helmut prepares to attempt the Vis technique. It's time to transition from theory to practice. Darien instructs Helmut to maintain deep breaths while dueling and absorb nature's energy. This training is a bizarre mix of forest yoga and deadly combat training. Darien advises Helmut to think simply and move with composure. Sound advice, but possibly difficult to follow when manipulating invisible energy. Darien warns Helmut that a lack of focus will result in physical strain before he masters Vis. Focus, young Padawan. Helmut struggles to control the energy flow, and his body begins to feel the strain. Seems like someone skipped their meditation session. Losing control of the Vis energy, Helmut cries out in pain, showcasing the inherent danger of improper technique. Darien swiftly intervenes to stop Helmut's uncontrolled energy flow, showcasing both superior control and impressive teacherly reflexes. The clash of Darien's Vis and Helmut's uncontrolled energy sends Helmut reeling backward, back to the drawing board. Helmut, thrown back by the force of the energy clash, is forced to reassess his approach, back to square one. Frustrated, Helmut questions whether Darien was trying to kill him, only to receive criticism for his quick loss of composure. Tough love manhwa style. After the intense energy surge, Helmut takes a moment to catch his breath and regain his composure. With renewed determination, Helmut prepares to try again. Third time's the charm. With a more focused expression, Helmut attempts to channel Vis once more. He's slowly but surely getting it. Helmut swings his wooden sword with newfound strength, successfully drawing upon nature's energy. Progress. Darien deflects Helmut's strikes, pushing his limits during their sparring session. Training has just been upgraded from wood chopping to full-fledged sword fighting. Darien encourages Helmut to utilize his senses and absorb more energy to fully harness Vis's power. Feel the force, Helmut. Grunting with effort, Helmut pushes himself to absorb more energy. He's really starting to get it. Darien reminds Helmet that Vis mastery isn't instantaneous. Slow and steady wins the race, and the ability to glow up wooden swords. Helmet acknowledges the need for continued practice and expresses his determination to improve. Practice makes perfect. Darien and Helmet continue their intense sparring session, their wooden swords clashing with increasing force and energy. This training montage is heating up. Darien observes Helmet's progress during their duel, his expression stern yet encouraging. Helmet demonstrates increased focus and control over his vis, willpower driving his progress. Willpower, the ultimate manhwa cheat code. The intensity of their training escalates, creating a powerful energy burst between them. This is not your average father-son bonding activity. Darien urges Helmet to maintain momentum without rest to truly harness vis. No breaks allowed. Responding to Darien's encouragement, Helmet increases the speed of his swordsmanship. Faster, stronger, glowier. Darien pushes Helmet to absorb all available energy into his body. It's time for the Super Saiyan transformation. Helmet concentrates intensely, internalizing Darien's instructions. The glow-up is imminent. Our hero begins channeling Vis with greater control, his movements becoming more fluid and powerful. He's almost there. Enveloped in a surge of Vis energy, Helmet demonstrates significant progress. The glow-up is complete. 4 years pass, marked by the change in season to a snowy winter landscape. Time flies in Manhwaland. Wielding his sword, Helmet effortlessly slices through a tree stump, showcasing the results of his years of training. From struggling with sticks to demolishing tree stumps, impressive growth. After that, Helmet takes a breath contemplating his training. He's clearly grown quite a bit. Having finished his training, Helmet questions whether to stop for the day. He's chopped enough wood to build a small village. Helmet, still wearing his training sword, notices Darien watching him and inquires about his presence. Darien acknowledges Helmet's improvement. It's like a performance review, but with swords. Feeling confident in his significant improvement, Helmet expresses his desire for a duel. Someone's feeling ambitious. Before agreeing to the duel, Darien wants to see Helmet demonstrate his vis control. Showtime. Helmet hesitates to show his vis, remembering a previous refusal from Darien after a similar demonstration where Darien judged his vis control lacking. Looks like someone has trust issues. Unimpressed by Helmet's reluctance, Darien insists on a vis demonstration. No more hiding. Reluctantly, Helmet agrees to showcase his vis. Darien observes Helmet's vis intently, a look of surprise on his face. What secrets has Helmet been developing over these 4 years? Helmet channels his vis, his sword emitting a vibrant purple aura, exceeding Darien's expectations. It's not just a glow-up, it's a full-blown supernova. Darien contemplates Helmet's potential, envisioning him becoming a great hero or a formidable villain. The classic Manhwa dilemma. Darien wonders if it's finally time to release Helmet into the world. The dramatic cliffhanger. Darien ponders whether to release Helmet from his tutelage, now that his powers have grown significantly. The tension builds. Helmet grips his sword, his vis still active. Good boy. Helmet stands ready, his sword imbued with potent vis energy, awaiting Darien's decision about his future. The anticipation is killing us. Our hero stands ready for his future. Here is the end of the 5th chapter. Did you enjoy it? Write what you think of this recap in the comments. See you there.